game from that mid lane should be coming the way from GAIMIN Gladiators toward that top lane, and Tundra, they might have the read here with Tops in his tower.
Yep, they zip on in. Whitemon looks super dead. Tofu's going to join the party. Starstorm is there as well. Pure on the run. That regen's still going for Quinn. The Lucid Beam connects, but just too many heroes as GAIMIN Gladiators with a 3-0 start to this game.
All right, I believe it's time for Big Stone Man to meet half the population of the world of Dota.
Yes,
one go.
That's quite the zoo
this is
they've
quite
got here.
The home invasion here. All of them. This is like 50 units on Roche.
He's spotted, so he will likely just be the trade for Roche here. And the Aegis will be taken by Quinn, as we've talked about many a time, one of the best Aegis carries.
This is, if you trip up once, if they have one failed push, their lineup could extremely quickly run out of steam against the lineup of Tundras.
Oh,
and they find Quinn.
Quinn's really low. The Echo's not quite enough. He zips away just in time.
How cool is Celery to not Hand of God there?
He probably just forgot.
Good luck, Quinn.
I mean, he did have Aegis, so wouldn't have been the worst thing in the world, but Saksa, he's going to be found and eventually will be brought down as well. In the meantime, we have Duracio's bear, who's like, what does this bear even have on it? It's just branches, for God's sake. But they're going to come with some backup. It's Pure in the backline, be able to take out Duracio in tow. Quinn, he gets the kill. Ace actually gets the kill on Topson. And the Aegis still remains online for Quinn.
That is still a very nice kill for the side of Tundra. Sure, you lose your Alk, which sucks, but you killed the bear twice. He resummoned and died instantly on that.
And what's next? Looks like he'll actually finish the Hurricane Pike.
Yeah, I think he wants a way to reliably disengage from the bear.
Oh, Gleipnir initiation.
Speaking of.
Into the arrow. Sox is dead.
Yeah.
Good start here for GAIMIN.
That was their smoke pop, though. They still keep in mind that the name of the game here for Tundra is not winning fights. It's staying alive. You know, very rarely, a lot of the time when we cast, I'm a champion of, you know, you got to take low percentage plays to get back in the game or whatever.
Yeah.
And a lot of the time when you look at this game state as Whitemon is dead, that will be what I would be preaching is, all right, the Dire have to group up, make a smoke play. But I do think it's the best solution. And these teams are obviously world class, so they can pull it off. I would not advise people to use split pushes their primary strategy in Dota in the last couple of years, but sometimes it's the way you got to do. They have Solar.
And AC.
Yeah, so Shiva AC is still missing. I don't know if they want either of them right now.
Oh, we have an arena. Oh, but the Mist Spear doesn't really matter, though. Celery is basically a creep within here. Pure and company will. Okay, the pipe is taking a lot of the water. Duracio going in with the harpoon, doing so much damage to this Mars. Ramsey's just abandoned by his team as Topson will concoct and attempt to run. He might be stunning himself, but the arrow is upon Saksa again. We've seen it time and time again in this game, as now GAIMIN Gladiators on the footsteps here of the base from Tundra.
And I was talking about how for GAIMIN's side, if they mess up a push, Tundra this is the type of game they can solve, but you got to look at the other side of the ball
that's
too.
A lot of damage on the Quinn. He better be careful. That does not have the Aegis here.
We're still defending us only 3 for now, so this is a pretty good sign for Tundra. If these 3 can hold the tower on their own with just the threat of a potential buyback, that is very good news for them. Pure.
Gets initiated on Ordi. HP's in a lot of trouble. Tries to force that away, but he is dead for a full minute. And now you have to worry about the zoo from GAIMIN Gladiators.
They just did the hard part of this defense, and then they walked outside.
Wait, he just got buyback. He just got buyback on Pure.
He does not want to have to spend this here.
No,
it
absolutely
is really,
not.
Really expensive.
I mean, they're going to lose a lot here. Crimson will delay just a bit. They'll have another fortification refreshed here. After the melee racks goes down, they likely will have to give up this set, though, surely. Another harpoon initiation. Saksa dead again.
Yeah, you don't really expect to be harpooned by the ranged lone druid, do you? It's not really... There's no, how to say, frame of reference for that one. Genuinely think it's possible. Sakla is just so low percentage. They might be better off.
Pure's actually sticking around.
Okay.
Yeah. They can see that somebody's taking some lotuses, and they must be punished for their transgressions. Eclipse used on the Tofu. That's a BKB! How? Quinn pops his BKB. Everybody's golden on GAIMIN Gladiator's side as Pierre's taking breath of the damage. Actually, inside the arena, getting really low. Finally, the Luna drops is at the cost of the Brood, though. And remember, Aegis still there for Quinn. They just picked it up. Thompson now attempting to pursue. He gets feared away. Ramses with a nice rebuke to end Tofu finally. As Soxa dies for the 100th time this game, as Duracho continuing to just right-click away with this Echo Saber. Ramses, the last remaining member of Tundra, about to fall. Full team wipe for GAIMIN Gladiators.
And Quinn is beyond godlike, 10-0-9. How low the heroes actually got on the side of GAIMIN. They almost made it through them. They got through the Brood, and they had multiple heroes in like 10%. It was not far off.
Yeah, we can watch the replay here.
But this opener is just ridiculous.
The fact that he has BKB.
He had a big Lotus
I can't
BKB
get over
leap.
that. God, Dota is hilarious now. It really is.
But the arena from Mars was insane there.
Thompson finding an opening onto Duracho, picked up a Scotty, so he is mega tanky. Gets feared away of his own arena as well. Pure
Good
with
arrow.
the Eclipse, trying to take it up his Duracho with his bear. He's finally going to be brought to an end. Quinn, Aegis still online. Will not try to waste it here and back away.
Little bit of a slip up. And on the Alchemist, the AC, similar story, maybe 2.5. So those two items, that evasion, that armor, is going to negate a ton of what Lone Druid is bringing to the table. White is going to find some friends.
That is so sad. They baited the bounties. Don't see that very often. At 31 months, Duracio's back into the fray. So he doesn't have boots. His mobility is Harpoon. All his trash items that he had on his hero previously are on the bear.
Yep.
So the bear is the recycling bin, in other words.
Yep.
Very cool build, I have to say. In ranged form, he has almost 5,000 health, by the way. In ranged form.
Yeah, this is ridiculous.
That is absurd.
That is actually
God, that is insane. Oh, they might be catching Ramses here. Quinn gets Lucent Beam. Electric Vortex is there. He's taking a lot of damage from Sox on the other side, though. Ramses finally uses his arena and dies shortly after. And Quinn continuing on with that BKB. Thompson, concoction onto 2 BKB targets because everybody has that item on GAIMIN Gladiator side. 2 dead for Tundra. And just like that, we're in a 5 versus 3, not including Aegis.
Tundra were just
and
not
their
ready.
buildings will melt.
Uh-oh, another kill.
Yeah, opening up onto Soxa again.
No buybacks.
Having a really rough game. Still 2 cores of life for Tundra, but surely they cannot defend this.
This is minimum megas if that's what they want. They could even just full-on push for tier 4s.
Yeah, they will try. That massive siege damage from Duracio's bear with the branches still in his inventory. And they're going to try to go on top of the Luna. Pure dead again.
Chen
Does
AC
have buyback. All right. And Thompson, last remaining member for the time being, inside of his fountain. Just trying to kite them. Duracio's bear tickling him. As GG is called. GAIMIN absolutely manhandle Tundra in game number 1.
And just a little detail toward the end of that. First of all, I didn't see if the with how good of an early start he has. You add the rum to that from the Ghost Ship, and they have some amazing teamfight combos with the Puck plus Coil.
Speaking of Coil, will be used. Thompson's already kind of low on HP as the Fiend's Gate's coming. Mortimer's Kisses doing a decent amount of work as Ramsey's going to get stuck inside of the pit. The Burrow Strike will be there as well. He gets drinking buddies, though. Soxa will self-destruct. Likely will fall here as the Black Hole comes from Celery. That's the death of Soxa, and Ramsey's probably next on the list. Indeed he is. And they even find Thompson on the other side. So GAIMIN Gladiators, they look at their HP. Like nobody's even damaged here.
20-minute goal has been achieved, then you can start planning for minute 40. And well, right now, came in with a 7,000 gold lead and the dive here.
He's spotted. Concoction's coming for him with the Burrow Strike and the Epicenter. Nice disruption from Soxa. Gonna mitigate a ton of that damage. The Kunkka's stuck inside the pit though, as Soxa's facing the reign of Duracho, who will eventually run him down. Ramses is actually the first to fall though, as Soxa's somehow living this long,
him across,
but not for much longer. So it is 2 kills for GAIMIN.
I don't think Soxa meant to disrupt the Sand King there. I think he actually misclicked and wanted to disrupt the Kunkka because the Epicenter as well as the Sandstorm were still running, so the disruption actually didn't do that much. But in all honesty, I don't know if it really matters. I think if he saves him for another 5 seconds, what's that going to do? He got all of his spells out in the Kunkka. The simple version of this is they just can't fight. There's not enough in the tank right now versus this incredibly strong mid-game lineup that GAIMIN Gladiators have right now. 10,000 gold, minute 16. Remember when I said it was going to be the exact same game as the last one? Everybody remembers that.
Waning Rift onto 2, Thompson with very little mana, and there is the Pit of Malice. He's going to use the Phase Shift and be able to Illusory Orb out. And Whitemon, nice block, but there's not going to be any follow-up. I mean, Pit of Malice against any mobility hero is so hard to deal with.
It's a problem when the highlights for Tundra right now is not dying. I was like, that was a good play because Puck got away. That really seems to be the state of the game. Pure, let's see if he can make a good play and escape this one.
Yep, he's going to attempt to TP out, but the Burrow Strike from Quinn and the Scatter Blast eviscerates him.
Oh, Top's already jaunted.
Thompson will have to use his coil in retreat. He's going to take a drinking buddies and run away.
The fact that he jaunted already is going to force him to use ult. So now they don't have that either if they were ever planning on anything. I suppose with the current game state and their inability to fight, I guess it doesn't really matter that much having the key cooldown on that. In a lot of other situations, that would have been a bigger deal.
Oh boy,
where are they going?
Five-man gate to kill Saksa! Get wrecked! They really hate him. And now the mid lane, they will try to push their advantage even more. They haven't even gone for the first Roche yet. This has just spiraled out of control. Quinn gonna force Thompson out again. And he now
find
has
Ramsey's top as well. I wonder if there's going to be any rotation here. This is going to be a quite long chase, but they're going to start it off with a pit. TP coming in from Sand King and out from the south.
Yeah,
Ramsey's.
And Quinn has now made his way over. This should be the death of Ramsey's again.
Surrounded
Actually
on
uses
all
his
sides.
boat. But yeah, Tundra. Whew, this is looking really rough. I was expecting, I mean, obviously it could get turned around here, but ever since we mentioned that Pure was the best player in this tournament, Cinderin.
You should have never said it.
You agreed with me. You're part of this curse.
That's what friends do.
Yeah.
Like, do I look good in this shirt?
Boy.
Yeah, you do. But
Black Hole ensures yet another kill. Whitemon tried for some sort of a save, but he might just get run down as well. Meanwhile, they are just dropping like flies. Epicenter not going to do that much damage because of the disruption as Pure trying to keep Quinn at arm's length, but his arms are really gangly and long, Cinderin. He's going to get the Burrow Strike and the kill.
This is a good opportunity to learn.
He has ridiculous wingspan.
what if GAIMIN were tricking everyone the whole tournament into banning their second best strategy? And now they gave them their best strategy by banning all their heroes.
The kisses come from very far away. Quinn with a double kill. My goodness, this is not even remote.
With in a lot of GAIMIN Gladiators games is, well, when the early game goes poorly and you reach this mid game and you can't fight them, what is your plan actually?
Yeah.
Are you going to play keep away and try to out-farm them and just dodge them? Are you even going to be able to match their farming speed in that case because they control 75% of the map? Are you going to just YOLO into a fight and hope for the best? What if they never split up so you can't get a skirmish?
Oh boy. Pure gets stunned. Whitemon doing a nice job of blocking off one hero, but the problem is there's many others to contest with. That's going to be two.
Have a second shot as Tundra unless you pull off the most ridiculous comeback of this tournament while being down 20k Goldman at 21.
Yeah.
Unless you can somehow find this way. The silver lining is there's a lot of tape to study, a lot to learn, and arguably this is more than likely going to be the hardest matchup you're playing until you might meet them again ultimately.
Most likely, that is correct. Dyrachyo, okay. Do they have the damage to kill him off?
No.
Oh, he mances off the X.
Wow, my God.
Perfect timing, and now the runaround is here. Quinn, the Epi, gonna slow Ramses to a crawl. The Black Hole, everybody's just having their own separate fights, Cinderin. Thompson is dead, Ramses is next. As Celery eventually will fall. That is the third kill for Tundra now. Saksa gets beat down to a pulp. And it looks like Pure and company will just have to try and run away. As Whitemon inside. Okay.
Couple
buybacks. They absolutely have to get a kill here on a core hero. Nice disruption from Saksa to dodge the concoction, but it's going to be probably too little too late. So we do have the 3-2-2, by the way. Let's hear some cheers in the crowd for that. As Pure with the gust, stuck inside to get drinking buddies. Snowball back into it, though he gets rooted again. Oh dear, that is not what you want to see.
It was better than not snowballing, because then they would have both been stunned. Now it was only the Drow that died.
Yeah, screw the Drought.
All right.
And GAIMIN, again, no Roche attempt in this game. They are not afraid to continue on here. Here comes the boat from Ramses. He's been trying to work on this Aghanim Scepter for quite a while, but it is not coming together for him. Punch into the air. Quinn taking very little damage. He's unkillable at this point. Ramses been rooted 3 or 4 times in this engagement, it feels like, is the coil already used, and they just stood there because they don't do any damage. And the second Rax is upon GAIMIN to claim for themselves, as Tundra can only look on, although GAIMIN are backing away. Perhaps a soft reset. Another beautiful Manta, man.
What was that game called where you had to Manta dodge things? Training Polygon? He's been playing that. He's been playing Training Polygon.
All right, so what is your voice line? Since we have plenty of time to talk now, what does your voice line mean exactly?
It means cheers.
It means cheers?
Yes.
Okay, that's something that people... Oh, hold that thought. Celery, okay. Got a lot of kisses going on. He's actually basically making out with them with so many kisses. Get a room already as Ramses stuck in a horrible position. They're just going to call it GG. GAIMIN Gladiators absolutely destroy Tundra 2-0, and they're going to go to the upper bracket finals here at TI to face